I think the reason it bugs me, dude, is just because, like, if there's no theme to the song to start the episode and we don't have any set theme music, then there's no point in doing what we're doing.
I guess, but I don't know. I don't think it's that big a deal.
I know, but to me it is, because the reason we do that is so that there's like a themed song at the beginning that we can be like, yeah, this relates to this episode somehow.
Yeah, but
and when
most of the time we don't even mention like the relationship.
No, but like a song like just the one we just did about how I could just kill a man is pretty descriptive about what the episode's going to be about.
Yeah,
that's what it boils down to.
Not always though. Like sometimes there aren't songs for.
Yeah, no, and I would definitely agree that like this is one where it's like we could stretch, but like the episode earlier you suggested like Mother by Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Like that's one that, you know, we can at least be like, it's called Mother, this one's about a missing mom. Like there's some kind of connection there.
Yeah.
That's all. It's just when it's boiled down to like we're just playing songs that we want to hear because it's a band that we like or something, then we should just like do that as the intro music, as like a recommendation instead of like telling people it's like well, it's about death. So it's just like, you know, that's all. What are we doing? Capital Pain? No, it's fine. I wasn't expecting a breakdown.
Just because we're not open doesn't mean you don't still get the fat Christmas beats.
Oh, that thing that my family's going to do for Christmas.
All right.
All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Fill My Heart. My name's Drew.
And I'm Parker Newman.
And this is a podcast that we're doing here once a month. You probably are at least familiar enough with it if you're tuning into this. But yeah, we do, we watch episodes of Dr. Phil and make fun of them. And that's it. So we use some crude language sometimes, some bad language. And so if you have little ones and it's Friday night at 9 p.m. and they're still watching your Facebook for some reason, probably turn it off. But other than that, just a little warning. All right, let's get into this. Wait a second. Hey everybody, welcome to Fill My Heart. My name's Drew Absher.
And I'm Parker Newman.
I'm just buying you time so you could swallow the sparkling water.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. That was a stall, everybody. That's radio. That's broadcasting 101. Is stall. Make sure your co-host has coffee out of their mouth. It's coffee because, It was morning radio that wrote the rules.
Yeah, even though this is live streamed at 9 p.m.
yes, but we have to always remain true to the rule book of radio.
Yeah,
and that is don't radio with coffee in your mouth. That's Howard Stern's 101. I've watched Private Parts.
Yeah, it's funny because I don't we do a podcast and that's developed from radio.
Yeah,
it's just so weird to do something that's like a ripoff of something else that you've never watched. It'd be like if you watched movies but you've never read a book, which I also haven't done. So.
But you never got into radio at all, huh?
No, not really.
That's so weird.
I got mad at it for killing the video star. So.
No, it's the other way.
No, that's what they want you to think. If you listen to the video star,
it's an Israel-Palestine situation. Yeah, no, radio's fucking. I'm very happy I discovered radio, and I'm happy I discovered it at a point where because my dad was always a talk sports radio dude.
Yeah,
and it always sucked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just because me and my dad have very different tastes in what we find
really?
To be good sports takes. Yeah,
really.
Yeah, so he would always listen to radio dudes who I just could not stand.
Because that's the thing is that stuff kind of seems boring, but it's also I don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So for you,
yeah, I mean there would just be
hate?
I don't like Jim Rome.
Yeah,
and my dad likes Jim Rome.
No,
we watched a Jim Rome clip on the Patreon.
Oh, is he the dude who said the racist sounding thing? Or?
No. No, he was the guy who kept calling the other dude Chris instead of Jim.
Yeah.
And then they get into a fight. Yeah. That's Jim Rome. But Jim Rome's whole thing was just
being a dick.
Yeah, kind of just being borderlining on edgy. You know what I mean? He would not that this is a uniquely Jim Rome thing, but kind of denying the prevalence of women's sports and kind of just being why doesn't this guy kind of just a wide receiver would stand up for an issue they cared about.
Yeah,
and he's look, I'm all for this, whatever this guy's saying, but I mean, this guy's got to produce on the field if he wants to have a voice. And it's just I just don't really fucking. I remember even being a kid being this guy seems like he's doing apples and oranges sometimes.
Yeah.
I just never liked it. And he would always, he's famous for having a lot of dead air.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He would just be if the Rams are going to win this game, they're going to need to have a strong rushing of game. And you're just it just was really hard to listen to. But
yeah. That sounds trippy. It's kind of like in a podcast when there's dead air or whatever, and you're did my phone fuck up?
Yeah. But it would be the car radio.
Yeah.
So and there was enough ambient noise to know that he was still in the air. He's he's one of those guys who just has made a living just being a radio guy in sports, which is pretty tough. Yeah, I mean, he had some TV gigs too, but it's been pretty much radio his entire life.
Really? I'm sure it took a while. Jim Rome wasn't built in a day. So.
You know what, buddy? Do you know what his TV show was called?
Oh, God damn it. Am I a hack?
It's called Rome is Burning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is him. Jim Rome. Yeah, and he also is a classic.
Looks vaguely like Frank Turner.
I don't know who's Frank Turner.
He's a musician. He's a English sad boy.
Okay.
Yeah. Holy shit, he does.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, a lot actually.
No, Jim Rome is also famous for being pissed off at. Dude, what the fuck? I just clicked Google and December global holidays. Yeah, no, he's also notorious for being takes himself way too fucking. He's 5'6" and hates when people make fun of him. He's just a douche.
Man.
But anyway, my dad really liked him, and I always never really got in. But anyway, my point was that I found the radio kind of shit that I like at an age where I could appreciate it.
Oh, nice.
You know what? If my dad was listening to Opie and Anthony when I was 7, I probably wouldn't have. No, if he was,
okay.
I probably wouldn't have been understanding it.
True.
And probably it would have just been
also,
this is shit my dad likes, but because I found it later, I
and also CPS should have.
Yes,
taken immediately.
Yeah, that wouldn't have went well in my dad's custody battle.
But
Drew was listening to Whip 'Em Out Wednesdays.
Speaking of fucking your family,
dude. So
I did a segue.
It was actually pretty good. For Christmas every year, me and my siblings, we call it secret sibling.
Yeah.
So because we have,
Boy, I've seen that porn category.
Well, because there's 4 of us, and then like everyone's got a significant other.
Yeah.
Rather than being responsible for buying like 7 gifts.
Yeah.
We just throw all of our names in a hat, and then you draw a name, and so you're responsible for like a $30 and below gift.
Yeah.
For that person. So it kind of makes it easier financially on everybody. But so this year, actually Ilhan Omar retweeted it. I had seen the tweet prior to her retweeting it, but I think it kind of blew up after she retweeted it. But it was this thing that the USPS does called Operation Santa. And basically what it is like kids send in their Christmas letters to Santa Claus.
Whoa.
And they get sent to the USPS, and then the USPS takes them, scans them, and takes the return address and puts it in a database. And so you can go on the internet and read these kids' Christmas wish lists, and then you can adopt their letter, and then you're responsible for sending them the gift that they ask for in the letter.
Really?
Right. And so, like, of course, the ones like Ilhan Omar are retweeting, or that she retweeted, are like this, like really sad ones, like this kid like asking for like a new power wheelchair.
Yeah,
and you're like, fuck, dude, like that's really dark and depressing.
Dude. And not just that, but that's a pretty big ass.
Yeah, well, dude, and like the crazy thing is like
Santa thinks you should just die already.
So I'll tell. So like I have no experience with this thing, right? And so I'm like thinking about it, and I'm talking with my sister, and I'm like, why don't, instead of us spending $25 on each other, why don't we all just pool our $25 together, set a budget for ourselves, and then we'll just like adopt as many of these letters as we can fulfill.
Yeah.
And so we like reached out, and my parents were like, yeah, we'll throw in money too, and my girlfriend and everyone's significant others are going to throw in too. So we're going to get
nice.
Close to $300 pooled together here, so which is pretty cool.
Dude, that's awesome. You're going to get your own wheelchair. Fuck yeah,
dude. And I'm going to go rub it in that little bitch's face. I don't even need this thing. I mean, I just don't want to walk anymore.
Just go.
My legs still work good. Just don't want to anymore.
Yep, Santa loves me because I'm not poor, bitch. And then just
but so we
do the robot.
But so today was the first day that you could adopt some of these letters. Hold on, let me pull them up, dude, because there's some really like the thing is like the one Ilhan Omar put up is like. The sad ones. Right. But it's not like, it's not only for kids that are needy. It's just for like kids who want to send a letter to Santa.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know why I keep saying needy, by the way. I've done that like 3 or 4 times now. I think that's like.
You're texting your girlfriend.
No, it's like that fucking, like that's, it's like the difference between like handicapped versus like developmentally disabled. Yeah, where it was like 20 years ago, needy was like the proper word, and I just can't get it out of my brain.
Yeah, but I feel like saying needy is still okay if it's about Christmas.
Yeah,
poor people that conservatives fucking hate, like they just become needy when it's Christmas.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But yeah, so it's not all kids in need. So there are some funny ones. So I saved a couple of them. Like this kid asked. They like make a whole list, and it's just funny. Like, what's funny about it is that like it's still a Christmas wish list.
Yeah,
and we all remember like putting stuff on our Christmas wish list that we were like, I mean, maybe my parents get this for me.
Totally,
but it was always like way far. It was like a new puppy.
Yeah, totally.
And you're like,
I did that with the bike.
Right, and now you look back on it, and you're like, yeah, there's no way my parents would have got me that. But it's just funny because these kids don't have that, like, grasp on, the circumstances, basically.
Right.
So, like, this one is blankets, which is, like, I would love to just get a little kid blankets. You know what I mean? Like, that's something that's like, sad,
Yeah.
It's like blankets, room decor, snacks. And you're like, damn, dude, I could, like, fucking load this kid up with Trader Joe's snacks, an iPhone 7 and case. You're like, okay, well, 7? Now we're getting a little bit out of the price range.
Yeah.
Even an iPhone 7's still $150,
Yeah, true.
Clothes, shoes, and then 7, Machine Gun Kelly concert tickets. It's like, okay, well, First off, concerts aren't going to happen for another year.
Yeah,
So,
totally.
Like, you could probably ask for those next Christmas. You know? And then this one.
What if Santa saw that and he's just like, and also I gave a little machine gun to Kelly. And Elf is just like, no,
and
that's a
concert
typo.
tickets so she could go light the place up. Like, Santa misread the letter.
Just like, why did Ilhan Omar retweet that? I don't understand.
This one made me laugh really hard. Dear Santa, here's my Christmas wish list. Number 1, a Tesla Power Wheels.
Oh. Is
Okay.
that a thing?
Yeah, like Power Wheels.
Yeah. Is that like a trike?
No, it's one of those cars. They're like electric cars, but they're like
yeah,
modeled
yeah.
after Escalades or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
So I guess there's a Tesla one.
Oh, neato.
A Ring doorbell,
Oh.
which
That's
I'm not
weird.
sure why a kid would
Yeah, I
want,
have
but maybe
no
it's just
idea.
like one of those things where a kid's just like curious.
He's like, I saw that murder thing on Netflix.
Yeah. Number 3, I don't think me and my family, no matter how much money we pull together, can help with. Is number 3 is to not to poop my pants and pee my pants.
Dude, I'm
Like, why is that on? Like,
I'm so glad Santa found my letter.
yeah, and then it's a MacBook Pro and then an Elf on the shelf. Those are the things. But dude, it was just like you just forget how adorable kids are.
Yeah.
Like I sent this to my family.
To pee and poop.
Well, yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Is to just ask Santa to no longer make him pee and poop your pants. No, this one. One girl's letter was just checking in on Santa.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like you're supposed to send
Yeah.
like a wish list, and she just was like, "How's it going, Santa? How are
Yeah.
the elves doing? Okay, talk to you later." But what I was gonna say, dude, is that like the
Did
crazy. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just thinking, did she see that like Futurama episode or the Family Guy episode of like Christmas where like all the elves are fucked up?
Yeah.
Like, maybe.
Yeah, well, that was another one of them. Was just they were for their Christmas present. They wanted Santa to just come early with an elf so they could meet the elf.
Yeah.
And you're like, God damn, dude, like these parents should probably proofread these because how the fuck is someone supposed to get that for your kid?
Yeah.
like if you're sending it to a service that expressly says like people are going to try to get these gifts for your kids, maybe read it to make sure they didn't say so I don't poop and pee my pants this year. Like, but no, it's just like it is like funny because you're like reading these letters and a lot of them like are kind of depressing.
Yeah, totally.
Where it'll be like.
Yeah,
Like one
that
of the
kid
ones
needs
that
a colostomy bag. And he's
one of the ones that like Ilhan Omar retweeted was like, I want a couch with a bed in it
Oh, really?
because we have a 1-bedroom apartment and my parents sleep on a couch.
Oh, man.
And you're like, God damn, that's depressing. So a lot of the letters like kind of start off like that.
yeah, totally.
Where it'll be like, this year was tough. My parents got divorced and my mom lost her job. And you're like, damn, dude, like I really want to do something. And then it's like, all I want for Christmas, Santa, all I want is a new PlayStation 5. And you're like, I can't even get that for myself, man. Like, but what's crazy is like, so I like started going through them this morning.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, I logged on later to like see which ones like were still there so I could show my sister.
Yeah.
Dude, every single letter from today was purchased.
Oh, really?
Like adopted.
Oh,
yeah.
that's great.
Which was
That's
very
good.
cool. But I was just going to say, like, if you and your family have some, I think that Christmas is kind of like wonky for everybody this year.
Yeah,
I guess that's one way to put it. I don't know if wonky is the
Yeah.
that kind of oversimplifies it, but I know it's kind of crazy for everybody. So if that's something that you and your family think that you're interested in or whatever, like definitely check it out. It's pretty.
Yeah,
Even
I'm gonna
if
check it out too.
yeah, even if for no other reason that it's kind of entertaining, dude. There were
Yeah.
some like really funny ones, like ones where I was actually like laughing out loud at just how funny kids are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they just don't. It's like the scope of stuff they tell you that they want is very broad. It's
Right, totally.
Like there's family ones, so it's like if there's like
I want a new brother.
no, that's
I've seen that.
that's
yeah.
hilarious. No, but it would be like so.
And like, quite honestly, your parents shouldn't be giving you a new brother if you're on this list. Like, if you can't afford.
No, but it would be like I'm trying to think of like a good example. So one of them that I saw today. So if a family has multiple kids,
Yeah.
they try to keep the kids grouped together. That way you don't go like, well, I'll just adopt for this kid and not that
yeah,
one.
totally.
So one of them was like the girl was like, all I want is new shoes and a gift card to Ross. And then you're like, okay, but you remember you have to adopt them both together.
Right.
And then the brother's letter was, I just want a horse. And you're like, fuck, dude, now I can't get your sister the shoes and a gift card to Ross.
Yeah, totally.
Because you've requested a horse. And that's all you've put on here. So it's just funny stuff like that. And, you kind of get a bit of a kick out of it. So, yeah, it's called USPS Operation Santa.
Cute.
And if you have kids and you somehow, if you think that your kids would be good candidates for this, I think they take letters until the 15th. So.
Oh, nice. Do you think any kids wrote a vaccine on the thing?
There was one. Really? So I saw just all they wanted for Christmas was COVID to be over.
Oh, man.
And the one that made me laugh the hardest was one kid just asked for 100,000 followers on TikTok. And I was like, this kid knows how to fucking butter their own bread here.
Yeah, totally.
They're like, Santa, you teach, if you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. You give me 100,000 people on TikTok, I make content and I'm able to take this family out of poverty. Totally. The choice is yours, buddy. I was just laughing at just like, adopting that letter and creating like 100,000 burner accounts just to get this kid. You just have to do a bunch.
Yeah, anyway. Dude. If fucking Santa's like Indian, I'm sure he would know how to.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I was just like, we should just buy this kid some followers on TikTok, and then they just become the douchiest kid of all time.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just accidentally create the new Paul brothers, where the kid records himself in a suicide forest.
Man, yeah, and then he knocks the guy out. Man, that must suck to, like, get knocked out, and then everyone thinks that they can, like, talk to you however, even though you have, like, a six-pack and can easily knock them out, too.
Yeah. Anyway, what's going on with you? Any plans for Christmas? What does your family do?
Not really. So, like, yeah, my family... We normally go to my second cousin's, so, like, last year, like, we lit a Hanukkah candle and, like, had, New Year's Eve, like, dinner and whatnot, and then my mom celebrates Christmas. My dad
New
does
Year's
too.
Eve dinner or Christmas?
Sorry, Christmas
Eve
dinner. And so, like, yeah. So, yeah, that's about it. Like, it's weird because my aunt had these, like, weird-looking dolls that looked like kind of racist, and like, and I said like, "What are these?" And she's like, "Oh,
they're racist dolls." It's just something. It's a hobby me and your uncle have picked up, making racist wooden dolls.
Yeah, and she said, "Oh, these are for charity." And like, yeah, I guess like,
it's the Klan doing.
Yeah, I'm like,
drive.
you guys have no idea what people want for Christmas. Like,
it's for the Salvation Army, but the A and the L are switched. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah. So they
they weren't actually racist.
Yeah,
but they were just like weird looking. Yeah,
isn't it weird? The older things get, the more you just associate them with racism.
Yeah, I know, right? Like
even people. I mean, every time I see an old lady, I'm like, ah. I'm serious. Like it's so weird.
No,
like,
you're right.
It's a real coming to God moment where, like, you realize your grandparents, probably were not progressive.
Totally. Yeah, I feel like my grandma is like center right at best, and even her, I'm like, oh, she's pretty progressive, right? Compared to like, I'm sure
dude,
a lot of
she was back in the day, probably just keep them separate,
yeah,
but give them the same water.
Yeah, totally. She's like, the Fred Hampton of her time.
Yeah.
Even though Fred Hampton would probably be her age right now.
Dude, isn't it weird? I saw that today, was it today or yesterday?
I think it's today.
51 years since he got murdered.
Yeah.
And it's like, he was 22 when he got murdered.
Man, that's crazy, dude.
You know what else is crazy? Not to draw, I'm not saying the two are the same, but like Tupac was only 24.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that crazy to think about?
No fucking way.
Yeah. And Biggie was 23.
Are you for... Dude, I thought Tupac was like in his 40s.
Yeah, isn't that weird to think about? Yeah, he was 23 when he got killed.
God damn.
Yeah.
That's...
23 or 24.
Really?
Isn't that crazy?
Are you sure it wasn't the 27? Because then he'd be
No. Let's see. Tupac death age.
There's no... Man. Tupac. You spelled it.
Tupac. 25.
25.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. And then Biggie was like 23. 24. Isn't that crazy?
Dude,
because they feel so immortalized, don't they?
Yeah.
Where it's like they imagine people being like, the ideas of a 25-year-old will live on for in infamy. You're like, no, don't. They're like, no, everything you said before the age of 25 will forever be cherished and remembered by people. I'd be like, don't do that, please. Don't.
No, you're totally right. Like, it sucks because I just turned 24 and no one's ever gonna murder me. Like, I'm not important.
Yeah, no one's ever
enough.
gonna kill you in a gang war.
Yeah,
in a
I mean,
rap
hopefully,
battle.
like, a crazy fan like listens to this. But
Yeah.
fan of
Hopefully.
Dr. Phil, not even us, but like, because I do think about that sometimes. Like we've talked a lot of shit about a lot of crazes.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah.
Do you
What
think
if
that,
Dr. Phil did it?
Do you think that the people who are crazy enough to come after us know how to access podcasts, though? Like, I'd bet
Probably.
Sexy Vegan has no idea what a podcast
No,
is.
not him, but like, the kid, like, that we saw earlier.
Oh,
was,
yeah,
like,
but dude, those
violent.
kids think we're fucking boomers.
Yeah, true.
They're probably
not
like,
just
these
that,
kids
but
are nerds.
there's probably so much shit talked about them because the show is
that's
so
true.
big, So,
Yeah, imagine, like, you're just extremely online as a kid,
yeah.
and then you go on Dr. Phil, and then you just log back on, and the internet's like, look at this fucking bitch that was on Dr. Phil. I'm like, God damn, dude, that's what I look like to people?
Yeah.
That must be a tough thing. Like, all the hate that you're going to get is right there.
Yeah, no, totally. I don't know if, like, dude, I remember, like, when Kyle's magic thing,
Yeah.
video got put out, he literally, like, was looking at all the comments, and this comment made me die fucking laughing.
Should we just look up the video?
No, because it got taken down, even though it
Aw.
had, like, 100K views, like, in a...
Whoa,
like,
really?
Yeah, but they took it down, which is fucked.
What was the video?
Just Kyle Littleton's magic thing.
Oh, it said magic thing?
Yeah. No, this was
The
when
Penn and Teller
Kyle
thing?
did Fool Us. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No,
the
I'm just
Penn
talking about comments in general. The first comment for his thing was literally just Kyle's lips, LOL. And I was fucking
Yeah, dude,
dead,
I used to go on... Did we talk about this already? When I used to just go on YouTube and defend Kyle in the comments?
Oh, yeah,
like,
that's
to the
great.
point where it looked like I was a burner account for
Yeah.
him.
That's great.
Like,
Get
it was
blank.
cool because Kyle couldn't get mad at me because I was, like, in the comments, like, calling his haters, like,
Yeah, exactly.
fuck you, you little bitch. Like, I'd be defending him like that, but it was also like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I think Kyle was like, oh, that's easy. You're making my fans look crazy. Remember Kyle said that to me? I used to fuck with Kyle a lot.
Yeah. Kyle's a magician friend.
Yeah, he's a magician, comedian friend, and I used to just, like, comment on all of his posts and would just, like, say really... Like, just passive.
Which you've done that with Joey. I think you probably did that with Joey once, and then like Robert.
Yeah, I do it with Robert all the time.
All the time.
I'll just accuse Robert of being an absent father. It's my favorite thing to do is be like, wow, I'm sure your son really loves that you're doing this show in Ukiah, fucking Nevada. I'll just say stuff. But with Kyle, I would just accuse him of not really doing. Like, I would. The bit that I was going for was that
magic
I thought,
isn't real.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, basically is that, like, I thought
great.
magic was real and I thought Kyle wasn't doing real magic.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I would just be like, but it's funny because, like, it was sort of parodying the guys in the comments because the guys in the comments of magic videos are always like, fucking Penn and Teller did this way better.
Yeah.
And you're like, guys, there's only 8 ways to actually do magic. Like,
yeah,
of course,
you're
you're going to run
true.
into repetitiveness,
Yeah, no, definitely.
It'd be like if comedy you could only talk about 6 things.
Dude, I swear to God, one time someone after a show told me that another comic already had a joke about masturbating.
Yeah, what am I supposed to do with that, Yeah, totally. But it would just make me laugh because I would just because it's for the family members.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the one that Kyle got real mad at us for, or mad at me for, I shouldn't say us, is
he's
like
gotten mad at me too, just not for this.
I think in March I commented on his in January Kyle had went to a magic convention in China, and I commented in March I commented on his post from January. Mm-hmm. Because when you comment on it, it comes back onto people's timelines.
Yeah.
And so I commented on, like, did you have any bat while you were over there? And, like, this is, like, a professional page for him.
Yeah. That's
so I think he got pretty pissed off at that.
Dude, I pissed him off because he let me work for, as place for, like, I'm not going to say what it is, but, like, he let me work, it's like I was basically just moving boxes and stuff. From place to place, and like I would like just try to make his coworkers laugh by I would just be in there for like 2 seconds and try to say the most fucked up thing I could think of. Like I would literally be like, "Hey, that one chick's hot." She's like, I would like, fuck her, but not eat her out. Anyway, so I would literally just like
Just try to get Kyle fired.
yeah, just like say something similar. His coworkers were like, "Cool," but I would just
Yeah. Kyle won't come on the podcast.
yeah, no, he won't.
Yeah, that's
Especially
if you're
now.
if you're wondering like why hasn't Kyle ever been on? Yeah, he won't come on.
Yeah, not even the Patreon.
Yeah, won't
He's
even
like-
come on the Patreon. He's like, I don't want my name associated with anything you do.
Yeah, totally.
and
Which
we-
is funny because his name's associated with magic.
Yeah, well, and our names are always going to be associated together when I comment on everything he ever puts out. Yeah. Anyway, anything else going on?
Not that, man.
Dude, I've weighed in
Oh,
it.
the Dave Chappelle thing.
Do you want to talk about that? It was just the reason I pulled it up. It was just funny. Like Dave Chappelle got caught in Austin at a Four Seasons not wearing a mask, but like the headline is like way worse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like exclusive. Dave Chappelle gets into heated altercation with woman not wearing mask. But like it's so blown out of proportion. Like
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle is like, watch, it's
Well,
funny.
we move on now to the heated altercation between Dave Chappelle.
Remember, they're describing this as a heated altercation.
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck?
What?
and a
That'd be
group of
funny if
friends
like
who are now calling the
yeah, that'd be funny if like the person who got mad at him was just like the CEO of Showtime.
Yeah.
It was just like-
It's just Comedy Central's
Yeah.
fucking CFO's wife.
Yeah,
comedian, a
Viacom.
hypocrite. Chappelle apparently got mad after a woman approached him without a mask on, and he scolded her, and then he and his crew stormed that woman's table, and he wasn't wearing a mask to return the favor. We exclusively obtained footage.
So, like, if you're having trouble following what he just said, a woman approached Dave Chappelle not wearing a mask and told him
Oh, she wasn't wearing a
she
mask?
wasn't wearing a mask
Oh,
initially.
okay. Yeah.
And or she was wearing a mask and approached him
Mm-hmm.
and told him to wear a mask, and then Dave Chappelle approached her later when she wasn't wearing a mask
Mm-hmm.
and got into an altercation. But like,
Oh, okay.
doesn't that seem like vague?
Yeah, it is vague.
I mean, could you imagine running up on Dave Chappelle to like
Yeah, you must have said something. I can't think.
like
No,
Dave
no.
Chappelle doesn't strike me as the guy who's going to be like stressing out over a woman yelling at him at a hotel.
Yeah, very true.
He seems like a guy who'd be like, okay, like I'm rich.
Yeah, exactly.
Get out of here, you know?
Yeah. I feel
Dave
like,
fucking Chappelle.
dude, I feel like, honestly, the only thing that you could, like, say that would set him over the top would be if you just, like, yelled, "I'm Rick James, bitch."
Yeah.
Like, other than that.
No, if you just whispered into his ear as he's eating a salad, Key and Peele was better. All right, but
Key and
watch
Peele
this.
is
Of the
great.
fight that went down at a Texas Four Seasons hotel.
No disrespect.
No, he's right.
He's recording me. She's violating my personal space. Wait a minute, baby. Shut the up, my man. We're not doing that either.
You see how heated he is and how on edge he seems?
Yeah.
He's trying to calm down. Like, the video that they're showing is him, like, legitimately, like, trying to diffuse a situation.
Yeah.
And they're like, Dave Chappelle gets into heated altercation. It's like, well, who was heated?
Yeah, true.
Dave seems like he's pretty even keeled.
Yeah, it's kind of like saying a referee was in a fight. Like,
yeah, right,
technically.
exactly. Yes. Yeah, sure.
Put your clothes back in.
Senior correspondent Alicia Quarles joins me now with more details on this, and it's a wild one to watch, Alicia. What more do we know?
What about that was wild to watch? It was a fucking grainy cell phone video of Dave Chappelle trying to diffuse a situation where
Yeah.
someone said, "Bitch, shut the fuck up." And he goes, "My man, we're not going to do that either." What about that? It seems heated.
Oh, about the altercation. What set Dave off?
Wild indeed, Thomas. Well, apparently Chappelle and his crew do not like being filmed. So Chad LaBoy was with his fiancée celebrating their engagement, and that's when all of this went down. One of Chad's crew went up to Chappelle's crew without a mask on, which infuriated them. They then thought they were being filmed.
Oh, okay. So there you go. They went up to Chappelle's crew without a mask on,
Oh, okay.
and they got mad about that.
yeah, yeah.
Dave actually confronts the couple and the crew, saying, "Why are you filming me?" He spoke with Chad exclusively.
Shame on you, Dave Chappelle. You ruined my engagement.
Fuck this
God,
guy,
yeah.
dude. Chad
LaBoy.
LaBoy.
That's
Dude, fuck Chad LaBoy. He's
Yeah.
fucking, yeah, he's
I
got
mean,
like
I
this
don't want to say that he's a douchebag because he's dressed this way, but
Dude, I mean, what is going on with his hair? Oh, what were you saying?
Oh, I was trying to do the Dave Chappelle just because I'm dressed this way.
Oh,
I fucked it
gotcha.
up.
Yeah, his hair looks like shit. He looks like he owns an art gallery. Fuck this guy.
It should have been one of the happiest nights of my life. You're a hypocrite because, I mean, here, like, honestly, you require people to wear face masks.
He's not wearing one right now.
Yeah.
Your shows. At the same time, you know, you came over to my private area or my private space without your mask.
And Chad says that he does plan to file a police report for that friend that tried to take his phone because he thought he was reporting them.
Wow. Well, moral of the story here is everybody just keep on your masks, especially if you're in the hotel lobby or you're hanging out. It's the easiest thing we can do for each other.
Wait, so, yeah, dude, like, fuck that guy. Fuck whoever put this video out. So Chappelle's like, yeah, they came to my table without a mask on.
Yeah.
And so then Chappelle went over there without a mask on, which is stupid. And then the guy's like, he's a hypocrite.
Yeah.
So are you, motherfucker. You went over there without a mask and then got mad when someone did the same thing to you.
Yeah, very true.
Just stupid. It just made me laugh, though, because it's like,
it is like
they showed nothing that was like Dave Chappelle was in a heated altercation.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Like, what they showed must have been
Clickbait.
the worst thing they had on him.
Yeah.
And it was just like Dave Chappelle, like, trying to diffuse a situation.
Yeah, Viacom's just like, release it. I don't care.
Well, I always just wonder, like, how much is it just like they're trying to get Chappelle?
Yeah.
I wonder who, let's see who owns the Daily Mail, who put this out.
Oh, this is, wait, are you telling me World Star's from, oh, no, it's from Daily Mail?
Yeah, World Star.
Isn't Daily Mail conservative?
Yeah, I guess.
I thought so. .uk, yeah.
They're owned by Daily Mail and General Trust. I wonder what else Daily Mail and General Trust. Anyway, what I was getting to is I wonder if they owned any of those fucking, those outlets that are Dave Chappelle's kind of railing against.
Yeah,
the streaming services.
No, exactly.
Where they're like, here's Dave Chappelle being a cunt.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's just Dave Chappelle being like, hold on, baby, we're not going to yell at each other. And then they're like, see, what a bad guy.
Yeah. He's just playing the bongos.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Wasn't Daily Mail where Piers Morgan used to work?
Did he?
Yeah, when he hacked that dead dude's cell phone.
Whoa, I didn't.
Do you know
I
that
know
story?
that he's a piece of shit, but I forget how much. So
let me see if that was anyway. It doesn't.
Like, dude, Piers Morgan, that guy wasn't fucking British. Like, he would be. He would just be a gutter junkie. Like,
yeah, I think he may have actually started the Daily Mail. Anyway, no, yeah, there was like some dude who died. And they like hacked his phone to like get text. He like killed himself or something.
Oh man!
And yeah, they like hacked his phone.
Yeah.
To get the text messages to like see why he killed himself, so they could run the story.
Whoa!
Yeah,
what?
real shitty. Yeah, they got in a lot of trouble for it.
Man, yeah, that's yeah. With Piers Morgan, like his last message was "Be right back."
Yeah. No, his last message was "The libs have to be stopped." Anyway. I think we can get into the episode now.
Yeah.
I think that's a good place to pivot. Was a suicide story that I probably mistold completely.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, suicide segues into this podcast.
Yeah,
I should have said my podcast.
Yeah,
because you're doing good, right? Are you
mentally?
Yeah. No. Okay, during quarantine, not a good question.
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I'm doing fine.
Good.
All right, let's watch today's episode. Daughter. Oh, this is season 19, episode 56. Daughter searches for missing mom. I'll be honest with everybody. When I was watching this, I mean, there are probably parts where we'll make jokes, but the majority of it was just like super fascinating.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like, I mean, we'll obviously watch it.
I will probably make jokes.
Yeah, no, there's one glaringly obvious part here.
Yeah.
That like we will need to discuss, but yeah. Daughter of missing mother wants answers.
In of 2019, my mom and I got into
Do you notice anything right away?
an argument. I left. I never saw my mom.
Not the hair color?
Okay, so the girl's blonde. Is that all you notice? Okay.
They
How would you
don't
describe
really-
the girl?
They don't really look.
They don't look much alike.
Yeah.
How would you describe this girl?
She's just kind of. She doesn't look naturally blonde. I don't know.
No, I don't think she is. But she's kind of just like a generic looking
Yeah,
white girl.
kind of. Yeah, very
Okay,
much so.
all right.
Again.
She kind of
My
looks
dad-
like you know how they have like those heads at beauty salons, like
Yeah,
for
that's-
practice.
yeah,
she
that
looks
is
like
kind of-
that come to life.
She does, and her dad looks like if J.K.
Good
Simmons was a serial killer.
Yeah.
Which I'm not even saying just because he's being accused of murder in this.
Oh no, he looks like.
But he does look like J.K. Like he's got J.K. Simmons vibes.
Yeah.
Or like he looks like the dad from Step Brothers, whatever the actor's name is.
Yeah, there are like no neighbors who are saying like, oh, he
was a good
ever
guy.
hit him.
Yeah,
they're
no, yeah,
like-
totally.
Dad told me a few days after I left that he had her taken.
Okay, now do you notice anything?
Yes, she's Asian.
Yes, the mom is looks full-blooded Asian,
Yes.
and the daughter looks full-blooded white.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is like a stepmother situation, and there is some like verbiage used where I'm like, it doesn't sound like she's talking about her own mother.
Yeah. Could be like,
But it also there was one part when I was watching the clips where she's like, I mean, what kind of man doesn't know where his own wife is? And I'm like, you know, that sounds like something that she's like seems disconnected from this woman, but also like she's criticizing her dad for being a bad husband too.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, just weird, but we'll get into it.
Away to a mental institution, and he didn't want me visiting her until
Right? There's no way she's Asian.
Yeah,
the
I mean,
mental
well, could she be
institution.
half?
And
Maybe?
he
I mean,
didn't
dude, I
want-
was looking. I don't see anything that's like
She
like even implying half.
Yeah.
But they showed the mom with her as like almost a newborn baby.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's so confusing.
Sorry, I realize what she looks like. She looks like a really boring Aubrey Plaza. She looks like Aubrey Plaza.
want me visiting her until he thought that she was doing better. July 16th, my dad told me Angela died of a stroke.
See, she's calling her Angel.
Yeah, I don't call my mom ever, and she chastises
And
me.
then in February, I called my Aunt Catherine. The first thing she asked me was, why didn't Jeff tell us? My mom's family asked me to go check and see if there was a death certificate. I went to Topeka, and there wasn't a death certificate, like any record of anything in the state of Kansas. And my heart just sank.
I feel bad because this girl, like, right there, you could see, I don't know if you saw it, when she, like, says, right before she says there's no record, she clearly becomes, like, super affected.
Yeah.
Did you see it? Watch.
Anything
No,
in
definitely.
the state of Kansas.
Right
and
there.
My heart just sank.
Like, she starts to, like,
Look
nervously
down.
smile
Yeah,
and, like,
shift
yeah.
around and
Right, yeah, it's sad, you know?
Yeah, shifting around in her seat that I wish was my face. Like, on, just little subtle hints.
I confronted my dad.
She also kind of looks like Chanel West Coast.
Yeah, kind of, but I'm not annoyed by her.
Yeah, no, she's not
I'm-
annoying. She's very
I have
sympathetic.
said that I am the Chanel West Coast of this podcast.
That's
with
not
my
true.
laugh.
You're
Yeah,
the Sterling.
And he said, you might have been Kansas or Missouri. I don't remember. I said, like, how do you not remember where your wife died?
See, right there. How do you not remember where your wife died?
yeah,
Not like, how do you not remember where mom died?
right. That is
your
true.
wife.
Yeah.
But
I
watch, you'll
just
see the pictures where you're
thought
like,
he was
well,
lying
she
at
knew her
that
since she
point.
was a baby. Right there.
Yeah.
Like, she's no older than a year and a half old there.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
unless they, like, adopted her, but then again, why would she still call her Angel? It's weird.
Yeah.
I miss my mom so much. I miss her voice.
Look at, like, dude, right there, she's 6 months old.
Yeah.
I
And
wish
she looks Asian there.
Yeah, true.
that we had so much more time.
Boring. I just wanted to do that.
Ellie, I'm glad to meet you, but I'm very sorry for the circumstance.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No, I mean, we don't tell people this usually live on TV, but your dad's dressing room locks from the outside, and we have gas chamber gas ready to go for him. You want him killed, you let us know at any point, okay? We'll do it. We'll got a cleaner, too, to take care of the body.
Do you believe that your mother is alive, or do you think she's dead?
No, I definitely believe that she's no longer alive.
And do you think that your father has killed her?
I think that he's involved in some way, yes. I don't think that he hired anyone. Could have been a fight.
Ellie Green. Right? There's no way that's an Asian woman.
Yeah.
Dude,
well,
I'm going to be obsessed with this for the
Ellie
entire
Green.
episode.
Well, you take your dad's name, though.
Right, I know, but like, yeah, I guess. And the mom's name was Angela or something.
Yeah. No, there's definitely a lot of pieces here missing.
Right? Because
sure.
am I the only one who's just like greatly confused
Yeah,
by this?
I am.
Right? It's got to be very
Something's-
confusing.
Yeah, this is like the start of Tiger King, but not as interesting. But you're just like, something's going on.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Could have been accident. There are so many possibilities, and I don't even know.
Well, let's talk about what you
Speaking of a woman whose racial identity is ambiguous because of work done, Robin's in the crowd.
are sure of. You were living at home, right?
Yes.
And you and your mother had a falling out.
Yes.
You guys had a...
Yeah, and her and my father had a falling down a set of stairs.
A falling out a window.
Oh, my gosh. And that was not unusual.
No. Teenage, mother, daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing particularly unusual. And so she said, you know, if you're going to be that way, just get out. You expected that this would blow over and
Yeah.
you guys would patch it up.
See her the next day, see her a few hours later, yeah.
and it'd be okay.
God damn, she's gorgeous.
Yeah, she's.
I
pretty-
cannot get her. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, especially for Dr. Phil. Like, she's.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that could be it. Is
She's
usually
a
when
regular 8, but now-
usually when you and I sit down to do a podcast, I don't think like boner material. You know?
Yeah, no, she's a Dr. Phil 10. For
Yeah,
sure.
totally.
Trash TV 10.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you never got the chance to talk to her again.
Right.
And that's got to be difficult that the last words that you had with her were contentious.
Definitely.
This happened on what day?
The last day I saw her was June 20th.
And then the next communication you had was from your father.
Yes.
She sent a text and said, "We have to talk about Mom."
You did say that, yeah, like the next day, right?
God,
Yeah.
I can't believe that you lost your mother before and your boyfriend tomorrow. That's just awful.
Yeah, he's like, what did the message say from your father after we have to talk about Mom?
Yeah.
She said, I killed her. And then 2 minutes later, I'm just kidding. She's in a mental hospital.
You were not really ready to speak to your parents at that point. You didn't want to engage at that point. He sent a text on the 23rd and said, M is getting mental health care, and I'm at home beginning to organize. Come home at any time. Front door is open. I'm going to need help going through Mom's things. I have to tell you, a chill went down my spine when I read those words.
Wait, I want to hear it one
I
more
have
time.
to tell you, I'm going to need help. Come home at any time. Front door is open. I'm going to need help going through Mom's things. I have to tell you, a chill went down my spine.
Yeah, when Dr. Phil read that, they showed her face, and she's clearly impacted by what he said.
Yeah, why?
When I
Yeah.
read those words, that's almost like speaking about them in the past tense to me. Did it have that effect on you?
Yep. Because I was confused and I asked him if she was coming back.
According to what I understand, your dad at this point is not a suspect. He's not been named as a suspect. He's not been.
How?
Yeah. Oh, man.
How has he not been named a suspect? Well, I guess they don't have any evidence.
Because there's no proof
body.
this person almost like even exists. Like, I mean, there is, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, the woman claiming to be her daughter isn't even Asian.
yeah.
I mean, there's no way to believe this person's real.
Yeah, true.
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Or not real, but, you know, who, I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
so true, and I'm like, no, I was joking. It's like-
yeah, I
it's
know.
like-
I knew what I thought you meant.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interest.
He saw it.
So the police haven't targeted him in any way, and we reached out to both Ellie's father and his criminal defense attorney to invite them to appear here and be part of this discussion or to make a statement. And we did not receive a response.
Because he's a good federal defense attorney.
He adamantly denies having anything to do with her disappearance. Well, hey, it's me.
God damn it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. So, oh, by the way, if you're just tuning in, you're going to hear this at the end of every Dr. Phil clip now.
Yeah.
Where we're not going to pause it in time, and you're going to hear Dr. Phil say, "Hey, it's me," and it's going to be annoying every time, and we're never going to get quite past it.
Yeah.
If you're wondering what it leads to, it's just him asking you if you want to submit to be on the show.
Yeah,
that's
totally.
all it is. Yeah. All right, let's watch the next question or the next video. Daughter questions father over missing mother.
This is my dad's house that he purchased in Lawrence.
Ooh, that is definitely a Dateline
Yeah.
murder house.
I was going to say it does look pretty comfy for a single man, though.
Yeah.
I kind of get it.
Here is a twin bed.
Yeah,
And
you brought up a great point. It totally is like just like brick and then like a tone gray paint job and then like half dead grass with leaves on it. Like
yeah.
totally is like the dude from fucking what's that guy's name? Keith
Urban?
Yes, Keith Urban of Dateline fame. No, the dude Keith Morrison.
Oh,
the dude
I know that is.
The dude Bill Hader does the impression of.
Oh yeah. I think so.
Why don't you tell us about that?
A tarp that's covering a good amount of ground. There's a bunch of dirt on it with my mom's favorite flowers and hostas in the backyard. Kind of weird.
Pastas?
Wait, did she pastas?
There's no way she said
Covering
pasta.
a good amount of ground. There's a bunch of dirt on it with my mom's favorite flowers and hostas in the
It sounds like she said pasta.
Is she saying pastas? It sounds like she's saying
What
pastas.
else could she be saying? She's just like, they buried her rigatoni. Like, I don't,
yeah.
there's
Rigor
some-
mortis and rigatoni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the backyard. Kind of weird. Don't know what that is. And this is also the last place where I saw my dad in person to this day.
Ellie claims that in the months after she was told.
Oh, if you're watching this and you see the Chiron say my son was 5 years old and stabbed 3 family members, now I'm a hostage in my home. We covered that episode just a couple hours ago, so you can stay tuned in to Fill My Heart and check that out. That is not a Patreon episode. If you do want to hear the Patreon episodes, you can hear them at patreon.com/fillmyheart. Little plug.
Told her mother had died in a hospital. Her father purchased a new home in Lawrence, Kansas. She claims she went there and she saw something in the backyard that scared her. What did you think when you saw that?
Damn, dude, that is pretty haunting.
What is that?
It appears to be some dirt.
Yeah, I've literally
I understand
no
why
idea.
she never wanted to return to the home.
I mean, my mind goes to the worst possible thing, so I freaked out.
She's all, Hitler's alive.
Dude.
My mind goes to like the worst possible thing. So like the Earth's gonna blow up in 20 seconds.
Yeah, I do. It's called catastrophizing, and you're a doctor.
Yeah.
You know.
My brain immediately goes to like what would be the worst thing that could happen to me, and I immediately picture myself with a scar on my face. She's just gorgeous.
It could be nothing. It could just...
Damn, dude, imagine like, I don't want to be too mean to this girl because I do like her.
Yeah, because, you know.
But she's clearly dumb as shit. I'm being
You're not
serious.
wrong,
I'm
yeah.
being serious. Like, imagine just being dumb as bricks and having to be the one to solve your mom's murder. That's a fucking movie I'd watch. Is
Yeah.
like the cops won't do anything and it's just some bumbling fool trying to solve their mom's murder.
Dude, that would be great. Dumb and Dumber meets Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, dude, that's
That'd
a good. I call dibs on that movie premise. Hollywood.
Must be some dirt that he put there, but it's weird.
Despite Ellie's father now telling her that her mother wasn't dead and that she actually might have just run off, Ellie says she still didn't feel that she could pin down a straight answer from him about what happened. Listen to this comment.
Yeah, she's not her. He's not her mother. He's going to be harder to pin down.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it took me
Sorry.
a
I'm sorry, everybody.
Dude, he looks like the old man Jeff Dunham puppet.
Yeah, he does, Walter.
Yeah.
Last time you saw Mom.
Gosh, I don't know.
Oh, he's really bad at it.
Yeah, dude. Watch this. This is the most damning thing I've ever seen.
I didn't write it down.
I didn't write it down. You don't remember the last time you saw your wife?
Yeah.
How many days after I was kicked out did she leave? Or like it was hours or a day?
remember everything about you getting kicked out, but as far as what day it was, I don't know.
Okay, right there, she looks Asian.
Yeah. Wait, the daughter?
That's her right there.
Yeah.
She looks a little Asian there.
Does she?
Yeah, she does. Trust me.
Jog my memory as far as what day it was.
The day that I was kicked out was June 19th. So did she run away that night, or did she run away like the next day?
It was later than that because, I don't know, it was later than that.
Was it in July?
I'm trying to remember whether it was before July 4th or after July 4th.
Jesus Christ.
God damn.
This guy's like he's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't remember. When did you say? It was June 19th. Well, I can't remember if it was, 15 days before or any time after that.
Yeah, I don't remember murdering your mom and feeling patriotic. I don't.
Yeah. I don't remember having a nice warm Frank afterwards. A little ketchup relish on the Frank after I murder your mom.
That's a date that's important to
Yeah.
so I don't know. I'd have to think about how long it was. Somewhere around there.
Like, did she take anything with her? Like, her purse? The black one that she has?
No, I don't know what she took with her.
Is that still at home? Because, we went through her things. So she just slammed the door and left?
She left while I was at work. I don't know what she left with.
So she left, and you don't remember which day she left while you were at work?
No, that's the busiest time of the year for me at work.
This is akin to Alex Jones. I couldn't remember how old my kids were because I had a bowl of chili for lunch.
Yeah,
it's like, oof. When was the last time I saw my wife? I don't know. We were slammed at work.
He's like, no, I'm slammed at work. That's why I murdered her around this time. Was because of the perfect
what an alibi, yeah.
Okay, so on July 4th, your mother always put out an American flag on the island out in front of your house, right? And the flag was raised, according to your neighbors. So either she raised it or he went out there and raised it.
You may have raised it to make it look like she did that.
See what I mean? She's so dumb that, that's what Dr. Phil was just implying. And she just was like, or. Yeah, thanks.
Neighbors also say that your mother was very meticulous about the lawn and that space out there, and it had started to become very unkept. So, she wasn't around.
Speaking of dead bodies, we have Robin in the studio.
Robin's cold carcass is here being propped up by the armrest and the back of a chair.
Some might say she looks like the corpse in Psycho.
She's
Norman
fucking
Bates'
Norman
mom.
Bates' mom, yeah.
To take care of it. And I want to say that, according to what I understand, your dad at this point is not a suspect. He's not been named as a suspect. He's not been named as a person of interest.
He's not.
So the police haven't targeted him in any way. And we reached out to both
I'm
Ellie's.
sorry, that seems like such circular logic to me, where it's like, oh, we didn't reach out because he's not a suspect. And it's like, okay, but why don't you reach out to him? Because he...
Well, I'm curious, and this is kind of why I'm a little bit nervous with this episode.
Yeah.
How is he not a suspect based on what we've heard?
Yeah, totally.
Which makes me believe almost that he's got, some kind of alibi.
Yeah. Either,
you know?
Dude, that'd be a twist if, it turned out she was crazy and just making...
Right,
but I don't get that vibe.
Well, the next clip, spoiler alert, is Dr. Phil investigates. So, I guess maybe we'll find out, but, how is he not a suspect based on what we've heard?
Yeah, I know, right?
He had to have gotten... unless you just, but...
Yeah.
But this isn't like coworker.
Yeah.
Of lady who got murdered. It's husband.
Yeah.
The husband's always the suspect.
Totally. It's
it's actually
yeah.
Not joking. It's one of my biggest fears. Totally irrationally. By the way, I'm not saying it's something people should be afraid of. I'm just is my significant other dying and me not having an alibi that locks me into a place. I'm being serious. Where it's Dude, that would fucking suck.
Yeah.
Not only losing someone you love, but immediately knowing, like, there's no way for me to prove it wasn't me.
Dude, I would probably, like, flub it so bad, too.
I know I would. And fuck the people who are like, I'd never admit to a crime I didn't commit. I would 100% be like, maybe I did kill her.
No, totally, because they would be, they'd check my receipts, and it'd just be like, so you're telling me you really got sour cream laundry detergent and paper towels? Those things don't add up.
And you're like, I just love eating paper towels.
His father and his criminal defense attorney to invite them to appear here and be part of this discussion or to make a statement. And we did not receive a response by tape time. He adamantly denies having anything to do with her disappearance. Well, hey!
It's going to be every single time now. Unless I can somehow start predicting when they're going to cut it off. But if you've listened to the podcast, you know there's no guaranteeing when Dr. Phil is going to chop a fucking clip in half. All right, let's watch this last clip. Dr. Phil investigates missing mother. I don't know why he's investigating her. She's the victim here.
Yeah.
It's just a little semantic humor.
Feeling whether she's alive or dead.
At this point, no, it's 50-50. I don't know what's going on yet.
You got
He's
a lawyer,
a centrist.
right?
Yeah.
He's like, both sides are pretty dead and buried in the backyard.
Yeah. Jesse, am I still up? The HDMI just came unplugged for a second. Yeah, you're back. Cool.
Yes.
To protect yourself.
I got the lawyer because I don't know what to say to the police. I don't know what the police are thinking. I don't know whether they think that I'm somebody that can help and they want to...
Well, Jeff, they're probably thinking this guy got a lawyer for a reason. If I was going to infer anything.
Talk to me to get some helpful ideas, or whether they want to talk to me because I'm the prime suspect and they know that something terrible has happened and none of the rest of us do. I don't know. So that's why I haven't returned.
Yeah, something
what
terrible.
A sick lie.
Yeah.
I got an attorney in case the police were accusing me of something in which I needed an attorney for.
Yeah, totally.
Sick, dude.
Unless you just have, like, throwaway cash.
I think he probably does, yeah.
Well, Ellie says before her mom disappeared, they used to enjoy watching Dr. Phil together.
This is not the first time in the last 2 weeks we've had to have a Dr. Phil.
Dude, they really are shoehorning it in.
Yeah.
It's like, we watch TV, but my mom's dead.
Yeah, sorry to hear about your mom. What was her favorite episode?
We want to help Ellie find answers, so we brought in an investigative team that we have worked with before. Former detective Mike King of Profiling Evil and his partner.
Mike there.
Yeah. And current detective Mike Hunt and Mike Hawk.
Ground running.
I was contacted by Dr. Phil to look into this missing persons case of Angela.
Dude, is there anything worse than fucking ex-detective energy?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I was brought in by these guys. Why are you yelling? And we know. We're watching.
Green. I'm a retired police investigator, and with Chris McDonough, also retired law enforcement, we have investigated missing persons all across the country. In order to understand the case, we had to sit down with Ellie and get an idea of the timeline and the elements. So July 16th, he says she died. Then you got different stories later, correct?
Lots of different stories later, yeah.
Have you come right out and asked your dad, did you hurt Mom?
Yes.
And what did he say?
No. Very strong, no.
There were so many things about this case that threw red flags up. Some of the red flags had to do with the changing stories that she was receiving from her father. Ellie shared a number of phone conversations that she had with her father, and they were so contradictory in nature that we had to look deeper into those as well.
One message said, I didn't kill your mother, and the other one said he did.
all jokes aside here, is it possible that the dad, like these stories she's saying, is it possible the dad was throwing out like hypotheticals as to what happened to the mom?
Yeah.
And the daughter internalized that as him saying,
sure,
like,
it's all possible.
Right? Because I'm trying to rationalize why he's not a fucking suspect.
Yeah, totally.
That makes no goddamn sense to me.
No, it doesn't.
Even, because at first we were like, well, there's no body. But it's like, they can investigate a missing persons as well.
Yeah.
You know, it seems so bizarre.
No, you're right. Yeah, it's kind of like, it feels like something got, like, why wasn't this at the very least looked into more?
Right, yeah.
I'm not lying about anything, number one.
You did lie to me.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
About?
About the whole mental hospital thing.
It's troubling that Ellie's dad
Whoa.
made up a series of stories. He outright lied. Another red flag to us was her father asking her not to share with family that she had died. This made no sense to us.
Whoa.
The scenarios seem to boil down to two things. One is that there was an accident or attempt at Angela's life, or that she truly did leave.
Mike is here, and his partner at Profiling Evil, Chris McDonough, joins us virtually. Mike, Chris, thank you both for being here. What do you guys make of this?
Well, I'll tell you, we were intrigued and disturbed by a number of things, not only these evolving stories, but some of the physical and circumstantial and most importantly, the behavioral evidence that was starting to roll out as we looked at this.
Right.
You know, Dr. Phil, I think some of the things that you pointed out right on target, his behavioral evidence all seem to be deflective away from himself, just about every phone call.
I don't like what I'm seeing. Something has happened here. Are there some things that have turned up now that lead-wise that the police didn't have that they now have? Will this maybe move forward investigation-wise?
We hope so. We were able to uncover some things that were so compelling that Chris and I felt it was important to immediately notify law enforcement.
Damn, dude, I just can't imagine like going out of my way. And not that I'm not saying she's doing anything. Oh, here, we'll just finish this.
Reached out, we shared it. The two things were things that they were not aware of, and thankfully they're looking at those. We hope that they're moving quickly on them.
Okay, and what kind of evidence are we talking about?
There's physical evidence. I think there's some behavioral evidence that's really intriguing, especially when we start looking at this victimology or the what would be normal behavior for Angela.
Now, we just spoke to the Prairie Village Police Department, and they gave us an updated statement. They say, we have received conflicting information regarding Angela's whereabouts that are concerning. We are still in the fact-finding stage, and this might shift from a missing person case to a criminal investigation. We are looking for help from the community. The case is going dormant, and we aren't
Does
going
anybody
to forget
have
about
a
Angela
time
Green.
machine that can unmurder a person?
Hello, police here.
I mean, according to what I understand, your dad at this point is not a suspect. He's not been named as a suspect. He's not been named as a person.
We already saw this.
Of interest. So the police haven't targeted him in any way, and we reached out to both Ellie's father.
Yeah.
Chris Rock, have you heard about any suspects? Just because I was born a suspect. I don't know if people know that.
I don't think people. I think he did a Chappelle reference and a a Chris Rock reference.
Yeah.
That might fly over people.
That is all the diversity.
Yeah. Those are the only 3 black comics I know. I said 3.
Kyrie won't be on the pod.
Cat Williams in there too. No, I was gonna say, like, isn't it crazy? Not that she's doing anything incorrectly or morally wrong or anything.
Yeah,
but to
except
be fighting
breaking my heart.
To be fighting this hard to make sure your dad goes to jail for life.
Yeah.
Like, just what a fucking conundrum to be in. Like,
Yeah, that is.
fuck, dude, you've already lost your mom. I wonder if there's a part of her that's like, I don't want to lose my dad, too.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. Yeah, that's a tough situation.
Yeah, that's a rough one. All right. Go ahead and let's get some PLUGS in.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at FillMyHeartPod, or at, God damn it, I already fucked up such a simple instruction. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Parker the Newman. Follow the podcast at FillMyHeartPod. Email us and your questions at FillMyHeartPod@gmail.com. We have a voicemail too. Is it 815
415-756. Oh, fuck.
Phil.
Shit. It's 415-POD-PHIL.
Yeah.
Let me pull up the actual number here. Sorry, I found the girl's Instagram.
Oh,
415-763-7445.
This is a trend.
Well, no, I just was looking. She was actually on Dateline.
Really?
Yeah, on the 16th of September.
So is she on single line or?
Oh, buddy. I have bad news. She has a boyfriend. Well, at least she did on June 16th. I haven't seen a post about him since. And he is just ass ugly.
Really?
Yeah. Just a
Can I see?
Yeah, just an absolute dickwad. I mean, look at that guy.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, he looks like a middle school soccer player.
Yeah, what?
Anyway, he's got like a wrinkled polo shirt on. What a dork. Anyway, you can follow me on Twitter at Biggest Dick in Sacramento if that girl listens to this episode. If not, at Drew Apsher. On Instagram at Drew Apsher is dumb. The subreddit for the podcast at r/Fill My Heart. Leave a voicemail like Parker said, 415-756-7554. All right.
Something, yeah.
Sure, whatever.
Just go back, hit the 15 seconds.
Yeah, just hit 15 seconds back, you losers. Call, leave us a voicemail, and I think that's pretty much it. Oh, we're at Stab right now. This is being streamed live, but we're also taping here at Stab. Make sure to support Stab. Stay on the stream. Go to whatever they're kicking you to next. If there is even anything. But also just support Stab in general. Stab Comedy on social medias. Subscribe, do all that good stuff. Okay. All right, everybody. We will talk to you next week. I guess the next podcast we tape will be the Christmas episode. So. All right. Have a good one, folks. Bye.
Alrighty, thanks for hanging out with us tonight, everybody. Whether you were here just for Phil or if you caught regular exclusive blend earlier, that's going to be it for us for the evening. Let's send you over to, it looks like, yeah, they're still going. Let's get you to the thrilling conclusion of Blabbermouth and their Blabbermouth games, their poker night. They've still got Red and a couple comics battling it out. Check us out tomorrow. Lots of stuff going on. Check out the calendar at stabcomedytheater.com. Stuff starting at 5, 7, and 9 tomorrow. All sorts of fun shows. Please do join us. In the meantime, go catch the rest of this poker game. Comedians Playing Poker over at Blabbermouth Game, Red Scott and the crew. Check them out, and we will see you tomorrow.